What's going on, Herd? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the Xbox One footage from last weekend's event. It was my return back event. And what I just actually realized last night, days after this event, was that this is actually anniversary month for the channel. We started the channel April 3rd, 2017. So we kind of missed the actual date, unfortunately, but we're going to hold another event this weekend and next weekend. These are both going to be anniversary events. We'll get you the exact dates and time in this video. But basically this coming weekend will be PlayStation 4 and the following weekend will be Xbox One. So these events are also going to double down as Hoonstar's meeting events. It's going to start off actually in the meeting. Not what this video is about though, right? This video is about the Xbox One footage, and hey, I held these events really with not a lot of expectation and standard on myself because I know that there's differences between Xbox One and PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 makes it a little bit harder to record on. There's a few more settings you got to really administer to and got to keep in mind. And then Xbox One is difficult in the sense that it doesn't record your voices unless you're in an actual physical party. I forgot all about that, the Xbox One portion and the voices. So pretty much I had 2 hours of footage of me just talking to myself, you know, obviously no one responding. My goodness. So again, there's a reason I held this first event, and like I said in the previous video, I'll probably need another 2 or 3 events on both platforms and really just make my events more smooth for everybody, including myself. That is why you're getting the voiceover here. But we started off with the car show. Car show went well. It was a smaller event as well. I think we had about 15 people in. Of course, we had the one sole survivor of the Hoonstars that's still active out there. We did a little Hoonstars tryout back in 2018 when I launched the team. And Smurf is the lone survivor, showing up and representing. Speaking of Hoonstars, I've had a lot of interest, a lot of DMs, a lot of messages through Discord, a lot of people trying to get a hold of me, even just in the comments section on YouTube, asking how can I be a part of this team? How can I become a Hoonstar? And honestly, that is awesome to see. We're only going to need a few people, right? I'm not going to make a team of 20 people. I want to make the team small and slowly grow into it. So I think the largest I'll make the team on both platforms is somewhere between 5 and 8 members each. So 5 and 8 members on PS4 and then 5 and 8 more on Xbox One. And when we move on to the next consoles now, I'm kind of overly integrated, right? I'm going to have to buy both consoles over time. I'm not going to be able to afford to get them both right at the same time. And hell, it's tough to even find one of them right now available. But I will get one. We will start posting content on that, catch everyone up on the new gen, get some content out once GTA 5 does release over there. And following that, within the year span, I'll get the other console as well. So I'm not going to drop either Xbox or PS4 for very long. Whichever one I get first is really going to kind of depend on what deal I'm getting and what the availability is in the area. So unless, of course, any of you out there want to send me a free Xbox or PS5, I mean, it just got me a little attack. I kid. But getting back onto more serious level here, the event went very smooth. We just visited some older tracks, some tracks that we've had around for a while on Xbox One, but no complaints at all. People had a lot of fun. We ended up starting it off at the Ebisu School Course, and this is a track I've had around for a while on Xbox One. It's just, I actually used to do a lot of testing on this thing for Does It Drift, but I haven't utilized it in a long time. So we brought the 900Rs out there, which is a pretty good, slick, and a little bit touchy vehicle for some people. And I kind of forget how long the links are on the Ebisu School Course. So probably not the best track to start it off, but essentially numerous lines, different options on that track. So we did end up spending a good chunk of time, about 45-50 minutes on there before we head to the next track. I think the last issue I was having on Xbox One I kind of forgot about was last time I played with the Sloth, his microphone was oddly loud or quiet, one or the other, I don't remember what it was. So I was messing with the settings, the specific settings through the Xbox, basically all the audio settings, and I gotta look at how the heck to get back into that because I could not figure it out during the event, and I didn't want to waste 30 minutes trying to figure out how to do it. So I just let it go, and I had to turn down my in-game volume, the SFX volume, down to just 1 notch. And I forgot, obviously, I don't know why I forgot, I was obviously in the moment, enjoying the dang event, that was going to translate to the video. Not only am I just talking to myself, well, son of a gun, there's really no audio either, and it's just clicking my sticks. So, of course, again, we're doing the old voiceover. The school course was decent. We got a few decent clips. It definitely was rusty. Definitely straightened out plenty on this one. It's a pretty tough course. You know, one thing I forget about the events is how many crashes, how many bumps and bruises you get on the rear end of your vehicle, and that immediately changes it. So I just kind of gave up on going and restancing vehicles and just let it go throughout the night. After the school course, we go to the second track, and that one works substantially better. It's a long track. You kind of stop at the end, and then everyone turns around, comes back the other way, although it is designed where you can do a big circle. We did it this way, and it worked very well. It kept everyone together in one train, one line, and just got a lot of good clips on this one. Of course, both old tracks, but no complaining. Everyone enjoyed these tracks, had a good time out there, and of course, with the response like that, that's why you're going to be out holding events again 2 weeks later. That point will bring us into the date and time for the next event, which, as I just said, 2 weeks later for the Xbox One event. We're talking this coming weekend, not to confuse everybody with this weekend, that weekend, next week. Let's talk some dates. Let's talk some times. April 14th, Wednesday, tomorrow if you're watching this as it drops, I will be on PlayStation 4 at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time Zone. Rewind it 10 times if you didn't catch that. This is not to drift. This is specifically for interviews. If you want an interview on PlayStation 4, you can message me on Instagram, you can message me on Discord, and I'm kind of figuring out both the messaging schemes. I just learned that I had a stack of messages on Instagram that I had to, approve. I had like 36 friggin' messages. So I went over there, got that all situated. You may have gotten a response from me. Or you can just watch through Discord. I'll post a picture of the lobby as the first people get in, and you can just join in as the event is live. So that is April 14th. I'm only going to be on for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how many people show out. If it's just a couple people that show up for a meeting, I should be able to knock it out in about 20 to 30 minutes. But the main event is where it's at, and that's what people are interested in. Again, that's going to be Saturday. We'll be visiting the LZ compound I just put together. I smoothed it out a bit last night. Going to smooth it out a little bit more tonight, and she should be nice and glossy by the time we're ready to hit her up. Saturday, the 17th of April, I'm going to be logging in at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time Zone. There will be the same type of setup as last time, where it'll give people about 30 to 45 minutes to get into the lobby, and then we will be visiting 2 to 3 tracks that night. The LZ compound will definitely be the first one we visit, and we'll see how long people want to spend on it. Maybe that's the only track. It is very large, and it has a lot of opportunities, so I wouldn't actually be very surprised if that is the only track we visit. Not what this video is about, though. Again, Saturday, April 17th, 5 p.m. Central Time Zone. And I did forget to mention that in the beginning, that first 45 minutes again, if maybe it'll be up to an hour where we're collecting in that lobby, I will do interviews again. As soon as I get to the 10 interview mark, I'm going to be comfortable enough to at least try to pick the first 1 or 2 people out. I'm not looking for gods and angels here. I'm just looking for people that actually want to put in a little bit of work and have their part. Fortunately for some of us out there, especially in this community, that's not asking a lot, and there's people out there that want to help. Again, we'll specify all this at the meetings, but those are the dates, those are the times, guys. Hope to see you out there. Even if you don't want to be part of the Hoonstars team, does not mean you can't show up on the 17th. Just because you don't think you're a good drifter does not mean we don't want you showing up. These are about growing the community, guys. If you're not comfortable with your drifting, doesn't mean you can't show up. It doesn't even mean you can't throw her sideways around some corners. The way you handle it is you just kind of stay towards the back, you stay on your own, and if it gets a little too hectic, you just kind of watch from the sidelines and enjoy it. The more and more events you come out to, and the more time you spend practicing, the better you'll get, and eventually you'll be out there drifting as well. There's definitely better drifters out there than I am. I've never been your major competitive drifter in this game. I just like drifting. I hold the events, I make the tracks, I've helped build the community, and that's where we're at here today. Essentially, it's not that I'm not competitive or I don't enjoy competing or I don't think that I would be capable of winning a couple rounds of some drifting. I just don't feel like we have the judging and the standards that we have for the competitive style of drifting quite down yet to be able to hold efficient events. I think I'm the closest I've ever been to reholding a Proline Drift event and, retesting out a few rules, but I'm still a pretty good ways away, guys. So that's an update on the competitive events that will return in the extended future, but let's keep in mind, guys, we got to build this community back up if we want to actually start competing. We need more people in the community, we need more teams to be actual teams, not just the social club crew, and that's what I'm really here for in these current videos, is trying to do all that as we sum it up here in today's video. With that said, guys, I appreciate every single one of you doing what you're doing to support the channel. Definitely had a lot of positive feedback in the recent videos, so that's good to see. I'm not out chasing 100,000 views. I'm just out trying to build a community here, guys. With that said, as always, hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.